Alright gang, welcome to another video. And what we're going to do today is we're going to look at assembly using the mate and flush commands. Okay, so this is just a little project we've got on the go here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new file, and it's an assembly file, and then we're going to put some components into that assembly, and then we're going to join them together. Alright, so this is just an example of an assembly that may be used on. So we're going to go up to file here, and we'll go to new. And as always, we're looking for a metric file, and then we're going to look for standard IM, as you can see there. Okay, so we're going to select create. Alright, now like when we're using any of the assembly features, we need to put some components in there. So to put that in, put some components in, we'll come up to place. We're going to go down, we'll go to base plate, we'll open that up, and then we'll press left click onto the screen. And then if we drag away, you can see we can actually put more of these in if we want. But in this case, we only actually want one of these. So we're going to right click and we're going to do OK. Now before we go any further, what we're going to do is we're going to swing this around and we're going to reset this view here as our home view. Alright, so we'll go set current view as home, so we'll do fit to view. We'll also reset our front view. So we right click, set current view as front, and away we go. So we'll click home and that's what we'll see. Now, I'm going to put another couple of components in here and that, so I'm going to go to place, and the ones I'm looking for are these housing supports. I'm going to select open on that. I'm going to do 1, 2 of them. I'll right click and I'll do OK. Now you can see, if we swing this around, there's actually some holes in those components, and we obviously want them facing up so that we can put some fasteners in. Alright. I'm going to hit escape there, and that will close that orbit command. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to constrain these components to this base plate. But before I do that, because at the moment all of this stuff is free to move. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click on that base plate, and I'm going to select the grounded command. And what that does is it fixes that in place. Now this will save you a bit of heartache later on when you start assembling things. So it's a really important part of creating an assembly is to get this big component, which everything else is going to get added on to, get it grounded. Next thing we're going to do, I'm going to come up to our constraint tab, which is up here. Alright, and you can see there's a range of different commands that we can select here. We are just looking for the basic mate and flush command for this job, but obviously if we're looking at other jobs, then we'll introduce you to some of these other commands as we work our way through. Now, the solution sort of output in this case, you've only really got 2 options. So you've got the mate command, and then you've got the flush command. Okay, so the mate command, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that it's highlighted. I'm going to select the base of this component, the second one I put in. So I'm going to left click on there, and then I'm going to come over, I'm going to select the top of that face. And you can hear that little noise there. That's telling you that a constraint has been applied. So I'm going to apply that. Next one we're going to do, we're going to come along, we're going to do the flush command. So we're going to use these different tools for moving this around so that we can find the position that we're looking for. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to select this front face here, and I'm going to select this face here and apply. Now you'll notice if I rotate my view cube round, that is perfectly in line now. But if we think of that little diagram we had on at the beginning, I actually want to push that back a little bit, so I've got a little area for possibly putting a weld or something in. So I'm going to put an offset in here, and we're just going to do 5 millimeters. Now, important thing is that if this doesn't move in the direction that you want it to, then you can pop a minus in front, and then it will send it the opposite way. Now I'm going to apply that. Okay. Now I'm going to select the mate and flush command here. So the flush command, I'm going to select that face, and I'm going to select that point, and again, if we swing this around, you'll see that it's in line. But I actually want it to be central. Alright, now I've measured these components, so I can actually measure these using the inspect tab up here. So I know that this base plate is 100 wide, and this support is 70, which gives us a distance of 30, we divide that by 2, and then that will make that go central. So I'm going to change that offset to half of 30, which is 15, and we're going to apply that. Alright, I'm just going to cancel that, and then what that does is it fixes that in place. Now if I realise that at some point in the future this isn't the right size, then I might have to go back and edit some of these commands that we've got. And as I say in all my videos, there's various different ways you can assemble things, there's various different ways you can model things. This is just one technique, and as we work our way through this using this software, then we might use some different techniques and different bits and pieces there. Okay, so I'm going to finish this off, and then I'm going to pop that on there just by coming back up. I'm going to do my assemble there, apply, flush, there, and I know that's 15, so I appreciate that I'm doing this run the different way than the last time. There, and I'll do 5. We'll click OK. So we've got these two components fixed in that position. Alright, so that's how you assemble components using the mate and flush command in the constraint tab. So hopefully that will be of use to you in future, and